Well, hello again. Another video. This one is on train announcements plus one or two other bits and pieces. And also I've just done another layout for a gentleman who lives in Sri Lanka, great friend of mine. So he sent me a photograph. I've built the track plan. It took about 6 hours to do his because it's quite a large layout. I'll show you those in a second. But first of all, let's go on to train announcements. As you notice with mine, you can put them up there, but of course I've got the Pro, so I can do all this. So that number 3, number 1, number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6 are all train announcements. I'll show you how to do them in a minute. So if I click on number 1,
the train now standing at platform 1 is the Bristolian service. Please keep your belongings with you at all times.
so that is, I can put that at the start of a train running, and also part of it I actually put in at the end of it going. So here's number 3.
The next train to arrive at platform 1 is the Bristolian service. Would Mr. Porter please go to the station master's office?
Right, so that's how we do those now. I'll go on to these here first of all. So what I've had to do, I had to do it a slightly crude way, but these are all linked to my platform display. And there it's actually saying Bristol P Way. So that's how it normally comes up, and it sits like that. But also built into some of the trains coming round, they're coming through to the station. What I can do with those is actually, if I click on this one here, number 4.
The next train is a through service. Please stand back from the platform edge.
And that says train approaching. Please keep away from the platform edge. And also, if I come back here again, I go to number 5.
The train now standing at platform 2 is the Cornishman service. Please keep your belongings with you at all times.
There you are, Penzance. Of course this thing, you build them in yourself, you have to hand build them in, but that's a Train Tech station sign. You can use them in buses, you can use them on like football grounds. It's a great piece of kit, that is. Now if I actually come back again and do another one.
The train now standing at platform 2 is the Heart of Midlothian service. Please ensure you keep your belongings with you at all times.
Yeah, it's gone to Glasgow. So that's how I can actually, I just take that out of the way so I don't crash anything. So that's what you can actually do with these train announcements. And all it basically is to, if you come out of here now, got all that. Right, what's this doing here? Go away. Don't want that, go off. Right, if you go into your Railmaster file, which is this one here on mine, and there's one there called Sounds. Double click on that, and what you get is a load of stuff here which you can test all these out. So it's same as we'll say the birds. All you do is double click it, and you've got to wait for this thing because it's going to go through YouTube. It'll come up in a minute. Usually does. I think my computer's having one of its Windows 10 updates again. Here we go. These take sometimes a little time to get at. It's just going to what you've got in how your computer operates. There we go. I think this is going to be it. You can just about hear the birds on that one. But you can do those. There's also thunderstorms, there's train crashes. Forget the chimes one because that's somewhere else. But there's loads of stuff in there. But if you look at the top, which is this one here, which is English, if you double click on English, these are all the female announcements, and then below that are the other one. So such as like if I go to belongings there,
Please keep your belongings with you at all times.
so one of the things is this, you can actually look at these and find out which ones you want, such as like this one here.
It's the Cornish Riviera Express.
So basically it's just timing them. There's a Eurostar, there's all sorts of stuff in here. There's the edge one, so just double click on the edge one.
The next train is a through service. Please stand clear from the platform edge.
So that number 4, which I built on my screen, that is that one. But those are the females, and then you've got the males here. So if we did that one again on males.
The next train is a through service. Please stand back from the platform edge.
All it's a matter of is working out how long that thing takes to do it. It's fiddle, but you can do it. So what you've got there, so that's how you find where all your station announcements are. Now, if I go now back into my Railmaster, and if I now go to the programs here, and actually in here now I can actually look. I've got them all in here, there's all sorts of stuff in here, but if I did that edge one, if I find the edge, now the edge, there, and that's the edge one. And that's it, that's how it works. What that one there is that one there is a station sign, as you can see, which I put in, and that is that little one I've just done from the programming. So that's one I've done. Click that one out. We can go back in again, such as that. I'll do another one, which is where is it? The Cornish. That's on there. So there's the Cornish one, and that is all. It is each part of a program. So if actually you can stretch this thing over here like this, like that, and it says 3 chimes. Train now. Train 2. Platform 2. Oh, it just says 2. That's a platform 2. That tells you which type of train. Announcements. I've got the Cornishman in there. There's station belongings, and there is the one for the sign on the station. And all it is just. So if you look at that one, and all it is making those times different. If you get one a bit too close to the other one will override the other. It's just a matter of working out how they all do. But that one there is just for that one I've just done. If I actually do this one now and go to Devon Bell, which is this one here, yeah, there's the Devon Bell one, and what you've got there is again, just do it that way, and then all you've got to do is just do these times. All I've done with that, in actual fact, it was the Devon Bell. So what I've actually done, I've actually changed it in this one alone and made the Midlothian one. So I've kept that one there. I can actually make this one as a particular program and keep changing it around. Every time I change it around, give it another name, and so I can copyright them all out. But that is how I actually do all my station signs. So I say you've got them all there. I can build them into my programs with no problem at all. Now then, as I said, I use Pro. I recommend Pro to everyone, because all these things I do in here and all my little trains, which are actually programs, all go through the Pro. So say if I went to this one here, which is a shunting one, that was shunting there, I'd have to go in here and look at all these programs, which is about 60 in there, to go through all that lot there to find the one I want and then press the button. Whereas with the Pro, as I've got it here, I can actually just do that. Same as the one I showed you in the last video, which was this loco, which is just down here, is that one there. The green train actually sends it up onto the turntable, and then press the O and it takes off the turntable across the track, back to the turntable and back down there again. These numbers here, 1, 2, 3 and 4, what that is, because that's a three-way point, which are very awkward to set up. So instead of trying, because that's it there, and trying to figure out which line it's switched to, what I've done there, I've actually made little programs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what these are the track numbers. So like on number 3, which is there, if I press number 1, it'll set the track via those points there and that to that track. So Pro is very, very good. Also with Pro, one thing you can do is this. You can print off all your locos. So all my locos down here, I can print off, and what it actually does, as you can see, it gives you the ID, gives you the name, it gives you the cruise speed, the shunt speed, and the groups you put them into. So it's very good from that point of view. Now, another little thing, I'll just go into this, is I've just done, as you know, I've just done one for a gentleman, which took me about 4 hours to do. But this last couple of days I've done another one. This is for a friend of mine who lives in Sri Lanka. He lived in Qatar originally, now he lives in Sri Lanka, and he's building his railway up again in Sri Lanka. But one of the things you've got when you got to these bits and pieces here which you put in, these two particular ones here, if you actually click on that one there like that, you don't have to do that one then click another one and do it again. All you have to do is double click each square like this. And then it isn't doing it now. When you do this, do this, do this, I'll do it this way around. And we do that. But that's it. You can actually double click them all, and you can actually pick them up that way around. But that's another little quick trick you can actually do. So you can double click on both. Now, as I said, I've just done another railway. This is the photograph which I had. As you can see, this is very large, with stations up there, stations there, terminal station there, turntable, sidings there. This one took me about 6 hours to do. As you can see from there, this is where he was going to stand, so you can see how big the room's going to be and how big this is going to be in total. So I built all that, and what I did off this photograph, just off this photograph, I actually built the layout, and this is it. So if you can see, if I put it aside, that bit there, where the loop goes through there, that's the station there. Those there are the fiddle yards there. This bit here is the station there. Then you've got down here, you've got the terminal, which is just there. Here is the turntable, which is there. And then you've got these fiddle yards down here. So that actually, with all, I've done this in about 6 hours roughly, and that was with all the points and everything working. Now, in real terms on here, if I actually go to here, the trouble is this is why I do it downstairs, don't do it here, because some of all these numbers, like 1 to say 14 number on the points, are all sitting in my layout as well. So if I move any points in here, they'll actually move as well. So if I actually go down there and go to here, which is the layout, this is quite large. You can see from here. So I've actually just do this, and I'll move those locos out of the way for a minute when it comes to. Right, if I take these out 2 and attribute as 1 for now, click that, it's now give me a bigger one there. So it's larger this way. Now then, another one is, as I've said before, if I put it to 75, which is still quite large, what you've also got is up here on Pro, you've got this little chevron. Click that, it's taking the top bit out, because most of the time you don't need the top bit, but at least it gives you that bit of space to go up a bit. But with this layout, I've had to get it to do it, I've actually got to go to, shift it up there, right? Just get it, I still can't get it in on my machine downstairs. I can do it because the screen's a lot larger, but this one, there's the bottom bit finishing off. So that is the new layout which I've done for my friend in Sri Lanka. If anybody wants me to do one of these, see, at the moment all I've done is put the points in. So if I do, let's see what I can do. This one here, there's the points moving there, moving back again like that. But one of the things is I can also put the signalling in to control these up, but I need to know which way round the trains are going to be running. The last one I did, that outside track was going round that way. I think this one's going the same, and this track here was coming this way. But since I have talked to him the other day, and I got this photograph of him, I haven't spoke to him, but when he does contact me, all I've got to do is I can now transfer this off my machine downstairs, because it's down on the machine. This is upstairs, but this is downstairs as well. I can actually transfer this to his computer. All he has to do is to go into, let's just put that back again because I need that one back again. All he has to do then is to go into here, the settings, and whatever we tend to call this layout, all we have to do is to find it on the layout here, which is there, and click that, and what it'll do now, that will now move to my layout, which is this one. Wrong one. That's the normal one that I had. That's my original one which I had. That's better. So it's like looking over this iPad to look at my machine, but also same say with Pro. Now this is with a normal system. I can reduce this down to 75 to 50, and what'll actually happen is when it comes back, when you switch it back in on the normal Railmaster, it'll come back as this. But I can actually do this and have it at that stage, and it'll come back as that. So it's a lot easier to work. But if anybody wants the original, the one I did the other day, which was done with like the I think it's called model rail, that one, you could send me that and I can actually do it off one of those. You do have to fiddle some of these, more so I have to do down here, because of what you get is these point motors, dots there, get in the way of another one, so you have to drop it down a bit more, because each one of those has got its own little number. Now what happens is if there's another set of points there, that will cover the button, and then you can't get the others to work. So it's a lot easier to do that way. But as you know, I'm always here. If there's anything on Railmaster, in fact, what my friend in Sri Lanka actually did, he rang me a regard to three locos which were running wild. And what it was is, when he was on shunt, it's doing 100 mile an hour. And the thing is, I've had nearly, I think I've had every problem there is on Railmaster. So in my time, 8.5 years, I've seen it all. So usually I can tell you straight away what it is, but it's easy for me to check it and do it. This is why having TeamViewer is I can do these jobs in minutes. I actually did all the 3 trains in approximately 10 minutes. Now what you've got is that, as I said before, when you've got trains, this is always wrong, but this one's, when you've got the trains with the, let's try this one. I think this is one I changed around, I think. Let's have a look. This part here, if it says max 1, that is the problem. So what I did is actually redid it again. I took this one out and put it back in again, and then as it happens, the ones on my friend's railway, there was an equivalent with all the sounds in. So we did quite well. Otherwise you might have to put all the sounds back in again. But I can do them in minutes. I can check them out, do them, and straight away you've got your railway running. So if I just check that all my trains are working properly, because what happens is having gone out into somebody else's program, I have to make sure that all my layout is working properly. I think it is now. Now what I'm going to do now is put my trains back as 2s. You can either have 1s, 2s. If you put 0s in, all this lot vanishes. So all you've got is the track plan. So I actually go here now and put in number 2, which is this one here. Click in there. And well, we're back again. If I go back up to here now, up to the top, and do my class 29, just go away. Set that one off. Somewhere down here is my 4MT, which is my other one, which I did the other day. So they're all back and running again now. I'll just stop these so that I Right, so if anybody wants me, I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there. I'm not usually always here, day and night. I don't go anywhere. Don't be afraid to call me if you've got trouble with a loco, such as what I've had experiences with, or you want me to do a layout for you, such as one of these. Just give me a call. As I've said before, I don't charge. My services are free. So once again, I'll see you again soon. Bye.